Hey everybody, how you doing? CJ here. I hope you're all keeping well and I hope you're all keeping safe. I'd also like to thank all my new subscribers. Because again, I know I thanked everybody yesterday, but this is the first video with me showing something from, yes, that's right, CJ's Den. That's where we are. This is the new location. And today we're going to be talking about, yes, 1979 John Carpenter's Elvis. That's all it was called, was Elvis. But over the years, it's been known as Elvis the movie. And yeah, we're going to talk about it. So, all the acting was done by Kurt Russell starring as Elvis, with the vocals done by a good friend of mine who is country music legend Ronnie McDowell. And I gotta say, what can I say about this movie? I mean, you had Bing Russell, which is Kurt Russell's real dad, and he acted as Vernon Presley. You had Pat Hingle as Colonel Tom Parker. You had Shelley Winters as Gladys Presley. You had Susan Hubley as Priscilla Presley, and it's quite the story with that, because Kurt Russell married Susan Hubley, who starred as Priscilla in this movie, which is pretty cool when you think about the connection with the movie and Elvis and so forth. Because let's face it, Susan Hubley did a fantastic job at portraying Priscilla, and so did, you know, Bing Russell as Elvis's dad and Shelley Winters as Gladys Presley, Elvis's mother. Now, what's also fantastic about this is that you had Charlie Hodge, one of Elvis's absolute right-hand men. Charlie Hodge himself was in the movie as himself. So, again, there was a lot of things about this movie that just really fitted everything. And I think that's why it stands today as one of the most all-time timeless Elvis bio movies out there. There are, however, some ups and downs with the movie. For instance, there were a few different versions, or shall I say, a few different takes of scenes that were like redone and re-edited and put in other versions. Like what I did with this. Now, I'm going to show you the DVD. Okay. Start off by that. Now, when I ordered this came with the book. And this book is Elvis, Mr. Carpenter and Mr. Russell Meet the King. A lovely booklet there. And this tells you about the movie. It tells you some information on how the movie was made, bits and pieces of Elvis's background. Just know what some cool pictures in here as well. So, it's awesome. The plectrum that says Elvis. That's pretty cool. It also, funny enough, it advertises in this book. It advertises this book here. This is a book which is The Genuine Elvis, Photos and Untold Stories About the King by Ronnie McDowell, Eddie Hand, and Joe Media. And it tells you where it's available from and so forth. And I've actually got that book right here. And it's an amazing book. So, we have that. Now, the original DVD that I have don't actually look like that. I'll show you. I should have got this out. Just bear with me. The original DVD. That's the original DVD. That's what it looks like. Now, in here are all my original DVDs of Elvis, because I copied them all. I backed them all up and put the backup copies in the cases, and the originals are in pouches like this. This is just one of the pouches I have. Okay. So, we have that. Now, this is actually a double DVD. Because this one is basically just a backup copy of the original disc. And then the second movie is the second disc is a disc that I put together myself called Alternate Edits and Deleted Scenes, because there was a lot of things in this movie that wasn't put in, and the edits were different. Like, I wish I had my main computer set up here, so after I've done this video I could edit everything and put some of those alternate clips and scenes within this video. So what I might do at some point, I'll just upload those alternate scenes, alternate takes, and then in the description I'll tell you a little bit about the scene. So maybe I'll do that. There were a few releases of the movie on VHS before the DVD came out over the years. Now, the standard version, which came out in the UK, is this version here. This is the original VHS of what I would call the most full, complete, uncut version of the movie. Mainly because it contains the scene where Elvis actually sings Burning Love. Because there's a VHS version that came out that was totally re-edited, where Burning Love wasn't in the performance part of the movie. And then you had another version then where, again, it was completely re-edited with alternate takes, and Burning Love was in the movie. Then you had an edition where it was all the same edits as this version, but with Burning Love cut out. So yeah, you had a couple of versions, a couple of editions. Now inside the original release, as you can see, this says Free Magazine. See inside for details. It's not a magazine. It came with this here. And this is a sticker. I haven't taken it off, as you can see. I've still got it on the thing. Now you can see how old that is just by the colouring. Special offer to buyers of this videotape. Get yourself the fabulous Elvis Lee Yours magazine for free. It's packed with news, views, rare photos, and wonderful souvenirs. Also join the Elvis Lee Yours fan club, and at only £3.50, that's Great British pounds here in the UK, for 1 year only, you will receive a badge, a quarterly newsletter, and a great credit card styled membership card and number, which will entitle you to special discounts on souvenirs and shows. Details of a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Graceland will also be sent to you. Just fill out the application form below, and along with the payment, send it to Elvis Lee Yours, and then there's the address and phone number. Obviously, there was something here, but address. So just fill in that, cut it out, and send it. It's pretty cool, right? And this not only is it in the original case, because these stickers are on here. I love it when a videotape is in its original case with the original hype stickers and the company of the tape, or distribution company, whichever you want to call it. And as you can see, because this is the other thing, see, this is titled Elvis, The True Story of the King of Rock and Roll. I guess that was like some sort of subtitle on it type thing. It's kind of like Meatloaf, Battle of Hell 2, Back into Hell type thing. Do you know what I mean? But on the tape, as you can see, it just says Elvis. Now, I love this version, personally, because it, like I said, it is the most complete version. But what I also like as well, I like some of the alternate edits, because you then have this version here. Now, if you have this version, you not only got the movie, but you've got the re-edited version. On the startup of the movie, you got Elvis coming in the car in 1969, going to the International, and you got the opening credits on the screen telling you the name of the movie, the actors, the producers, and so forth. This movie, you don't. The opening credit is a little bit later on. The opening credits is actually where he's on the porch singing with his family. And the credits are in yellow font, not pink. And the whole of the beginning sequence is also slightly shorter as he's coming in on the in the car. The music lasts slightly longer as well, to where he's actually in the hotel room. You don't see the people getting off the elevator and walking up the corridor. It goes from, as he goes into the hotel, it goes straight into where Elvis is sat in the chair, and you can hear the TV that he's watching in the background, and the music of Mystery Train, the ending of it is still playing, and that's where it ends. You've also got the scene where he's at Sun Records. Now, Sun Records is where Elvis cut his first single, which was My Happiness, and it was the private recording for his mum, as we all know. Now, in the standard version, we all know, the one that's been broadcast so many times over the years, basically, he's there, and the woman is asking him, who does he sound like? And he's saying he doesn't sound like nobody. And then she says, Hillbilly. And he goes, yeah, I sing Hillbilly. And she goes, well, who do you sound like in Hillbilly? And he goes, well, I don't sound like nobody. And then it cuts, basically, from there into him already doing My Happiness, already singing, because it starts off with her saying that, and then it cuts, and and you hear him go, always thinking how I miss. He's already singing a song. But in this version, you see him in the studio booth, and you hear the beat, you hear the song from the beginning of the song. And it's the scene is slightly longer and extended, but also cut short as well. There's little elements taken out, little bits, little things just taken out. So it's sort of uncut and not uncut, if that makes sense. It's completely re-edited, is what it is. And then you've got scenes like where Priscilla meets Elvis, and you've got Elvis's dad talking with Priscilla. Now on here, on this version, basically you see that, but then what you don't see is the way that you don't see Vernon Presley get up and go over and actually speak with Charlie Hodge, and I believe at the time it's Dee Presley, Dee Steinley at the time, because she then later married Vernon, didn't she? So you had that sequence part in there, which wasn't on the standard version, as we all know, and it's certainly not in the DVD version. Now, for something that was released on DVD and Blu-ray, you'd think that it'd be the whole complete shebang, everything intact. And I was quite disappointed with the DVD release, because none of that was there. Even though they're little parts, and some of you may be thinking, well, does it really matter? Well, to a real big fan and collector, yes, I think it would matter. But again, everybody's different. I like things to be as complete as you could possibly get it. And so I actually ended up doing my own version. And I thought about, should I extend the movie? Now, the movie was originally around 3 hours long. In fact, it was just over 3 hours, to be quite honest. What I did was I took both versions. Now, I got my VHS downstairs is a digital transfer, so I can do digital transfers from VHS to DVD. And basically what it does is it takes out the hiss to the best that it can, and automatically reduces it. It upgrades the quality as well, which is absolutely awesome because it digitalizes. I took the two VHS editions, transferred them both, and then I put both through my editing software, and I actually created a full scale. It took me a good 2 weeks or so, 2-3 weeks, and it took me a few weeks to actually get everything in sequence, because you had to go through the parts. You had to think where I can match this from to matching that, and putting it all together. I'd done a full re-edit of the whole entire movie, going by it frame by frame, piece by piece. And like I said, it took me a good couple of weeks. And at the end of it, it was over 3 hours long. Because I thought, well, wow, I've got everything here, everything there, everything fits. The only thing I had to really work on is what end credits do I use, because that's something else that is different too. The end credits to the standard version that we all know is basically a still shot from Elvis from Kurt Russell in the concert sequence with him doing Blue Suede Shoes, and it's a still picture with him with a microphone and the guitar. And Heartbreak Hotel is playing over the end credits, and the end credits also in pink, as in the text in the font. Excuse me. However, in this version, no. The end credits is the shadow where Kurt is sitting in the chair and he's talking to his twin brother Jesse Guerin, and it's just the shadow on the wall, and then the end credits are actually in yellow font writing. So I had to work out what did I want to pick, and I thought, well, this is personal preference. Both end credits are good, so I ended up going with this one. Now, while I was watching it, by the time I did it, I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes you do something when it comes to editing, you can be happy with it, and then at the very last minute, you can decide, nah, I don't really want it like that. There's always something telling you that, you know, are you sure? Are you not sure? So there's always that going on as you're doing it. Now, I then discovered, now I'd seen it a few years ago, there's a double version of this, which, what did I do with it? Did I bring it up here? Or did I not? I did bring it up here, but it's in my box down under there. Okay, I won't be able to get it. Maybe I should have got it before I started this video. Okay, so there's a double DVD version of this. There's also a double Blu-ray version of this. Now, the double DVD, you can only get from Europe, so it's from Germany, or it's Dutch, basically, a Dutch DVD. And the DVD one, when I put it in, because they said basically, I thought, what could the double version be? Could it be just an entire disc of special features? That would be pretty cool in itself. But when I looked up on it, it basically stated there was this version and this version together. And I thought, wow, this would be awesome. I was a bit concerned about the subtitles and the audio language, because sometimes when you buy movies and DVDs from Germany, the audio is always is in German, and you've got to flick it from German to English. Now, there's always an option for that. I've always had an option. There's a few movies, like the Stepfather movies, 1, 2, and 3. I bought the box set of all three of them from Germany, and they came, the audio when it started up and the writing when it started up was actually in German, but there was an option to turn the audio to English. I was happy with that. Happy days. And there's a few other movies, because you could only buy them from them in Germany, and they were all original. There was no bootlegs or anything. So I thought, you know, yeah, let's go for it. And because obviously with being DVD, they would have both been remastered. I can still make an extended version. The quality would be the same throughout. Nothing would be changed, and yeah. I'd seen a lot of mixed reviews, and I started getting a bit nervous after the order was purchased. Now, normally I would look into it, but when the actual description turned around and stated about audio being German and English, it didn't actually say what was what. It didn't say that DVD 1 was in English and German, and DVD 2 was just in German. It didn't say that. It just said audio, English, German. So I was like, or should I say German/English, you could turn it to English. And that did happen with disc 1. I put disc 1 in. The menuing was different as well on the DVD itself to the UK release and US release of the movie, because this actually is my US cover. When I first bought this, I bought it from the States because that's where it got released first. It wasn't long after that it got released from, in the UK. This is region 1 there. But it's the same version, exactly the same. Oh, in fact, no. The US edition had that on the inside of the cover. And the UK version, it was just plain white. So, and the layout on the back was slightly different. Not much, but slightly. But the movie itself and the menuing, I know for a fact was the same, because I've seen a UK version of this on DVD, and I've seen the menu into it as well. So when I put the German edition in, the menuing was completely different, and I thought, oh, this is going to be pretty cool. And press play, the quality was second to none. It was obviously, remastered and everything. And I was flicking through it, and I came to the end bit, and Burning Love was cut. So I thought, right, okay. So DVD 1 isn't actually this version. But that's okay. Let's put DVD 2 in. I thought it'd be that version. It was a re-edited version, alright. The same as this, only it wasn't the same as this at the same time. It had parts of this version in there, but it was shorter. Much shorter. So I thought, oh, okay, so here's another version that I was really unaware of. But also as well, the other downfall was, yeah, it was a digital transfer, but the audio option to turn it in from German to English was not there. It was just in German. And I thought, no. What am I going to do now? So it's like, well, I'm back to kind of square one again, and I've just kind of wasted a little bit of money. But, as they say, everything is a learning curve. Now, there was this version, a US release, in the States, also a double disc. And when I saw it, in this cover, it didn't give me the audio options. It didn't say what the audio options were. But the price of it put me right off. It was £100 in our money. And I thought, no way am I paying that for that, and taking another risk only just for the gamble. And I couldn't afford that anyway. So, out of the way. So what do? Do I keep the extended 3-hour complete version and have it on one disc? But again, see, you can only fit so much on a disc as well. I thought, well, what am I going to do with the special features? The movie will fit fine. But there's a documentary on this, which is, because the DVD in itself, the special features were Bringing a Legend to Life, feature with archival interviews of Kurt Russell and John Carpenter in 1979. Then you had the commentary, yeah, I said it, I can never really say that, commentary by the voice of Elvis, Ronnie McDowell, and author Eddie Hand, rare clips from American Bandstand and Photo Gallery. So what am I going to do with those special features? Excuse me again, just taking a little drink of tea here. So I thought, well, what am I going to do? How do I want to do it? So I was looking at all these edits, the different edits, because there's different edits throughout the movie, not just in 1 or 2 or 3 parts. The whole entire movie is a complete, utter re-edited version. And this version is 120 minutes. Something else well with this VHS, which I found really interesting. Look at the way it opens up. Looks like an old audio cassette, doesn't it? So, what did I want to do? Well, what I decided to do is basically put all the special features together. I edited myself the whole entire scenes that were different and alternative, and the deleted stuff, and basically put them all together in sequence. One thing I will say about the German DVD that I couldn't change, the audio of the singing was in English, and from basically the concert part of after he'd done the one review, because obviously then he'd done Burning Love, and then it was American Trilogy or Final Dixie, and then it was the end credits. There was no talking in between, because when he'd done one song and then he said, thank you very much, it feels good to be back, it's been a long time, that's all in German, you see, overdubbed in German. So I couldn't do anything or any editing with that. But from Burning Love onwards, there was no speaking. Even the final Dixie where he spoke during the song, it's still in English. So I thought, what do I want to do? In the end, I decided to put everything together and do a second disc, because the special features alone are just over 30 odd minutes with everything together. Actually, no, I think it's a bit longer than that. I think the special features are around the 40-minute mark. When everything's together, as in like one sort of file, going from one straight to another, like an original DVD would, being chaptered, it's just around 40 minutes. So that's normally like a TV special. And because the opening credits are different and the end credits are different, I thought, what a perfect way to have it done. So yeah, I did it all in sequence. But then I'd done an option where you could, on the menu, and there's an option where you can play all the special features, so it will all run nice and smoothly. Kind of like an alternate movie when you think about it. Because it's already an alternate version, a completely re-edited version of the movie itself on the video. Sorry if I'm looking that way. My camera's there, but I'm trying to look at the screen to make sure that I'm okay with everything. So yeah, that's what I did. I did an option where you could play also the whole entire alternate version of the sequences and the scenes, and the deleted stuff will play nicely. And then there's an option then where if you just wanted to watch a particular alternate version, you could. Like there's alternate scene re-edited where he comes home from the army. Now, in the standard version, as we all know, they play Are You Lonesome Tonight is playing. Not in this version. And then when he meets Priscilla for the first time, that whole scene is edited and completely different too. Now, including his mother's funeral. That's all edited differently as well. So, you know, it's just really bothered me a lot that there's never been like a full complete version, but then I don't think there could ever be a full complete uncut version of this movie because the edits are completely different. And when they put edits out that are different to what you're used to, the only way to do it would be to do, include both edits. But then what would be the point? So I think basically then you just go for, the right version, or the version that you think is best, and put it out there. And I think that's what they did. And then they thought, well, do you know what? Let's put a reissue out there of some kind, and we'll just do the alternate versions. I guess it's like a money-making thing. I don't know. But that's what they've done. So this DVD, my version, DVD 1 is the standard movie, which is a direct copy of the original US DVD. And I've got a version which contains the alternate scenes, alternate DVD, alternate edits and deleted scenes. And also, well, I included on you the original full-length theatrical trailer, which is pretty cool. So I'm really happy with this. What I'm going to do for you guys, I am going to upload every single alternate edit, alternate take, deleted scene to the channel. Due to the work that we're doing in the house at the moment, it'll probably be in a couple of weeks' time when I do that. I'll probably upload the whole one file so you can basically watch it all instead of clicking to different videos here on my channel. I'll put it all up so it's one continuous video so you can watch them all and enjoy them. The soundtrack album, it came out, there's been 3 different cover artworks for the album and for the soundtrack album of the movie, and Ronnie recorded, I believe he said it was 38, 37 or 36, either 37, either 30, see, I'm not even sure myself now. I think offhand it was 38 or 36, one of those two rings a bell songs for the album, for the movie itself. But not all of those were used, as you can imagine. If you got the soundtrack album, you may have a different cover to what I have. Excuse me. I can't get up my records at the moment because we are still doing a lot of work at the house. And they're packed and covered up at the moment. I can't get to them. But here's my replicated CD from the vinyl. I am sorry about the reflection on the glaze. See, that's the other thing I'm going to do in this room as well. I'm going to find out where's the best place to have my camera and stuff. So this will be a little trial for me. So here's the CD. Here's the front cover, which I replicated from vinyl. I added the barcode and I added the CD logo because there was nothing. So that's that. That's, again, replicated by me. Here is that's how the record sticker is on the vinyl. And this is the only CD that I've ever tried. Now, I've done this cover, many years ago. And the vinyl itself is a gatefold. And the printer that I had at the time wouldn't print on the inside level. So I had to use 2 pieces of glossy, that's nothing, and then sort of fold it and try to do it. So here's the inside gatefold of the album. And then I had to staple it together. So that was the very first attempt, and I thought, you know what, it's pretty good. I'm happy, that's it. It's only for my personal collection, so happy days. There's the spine, and the only thing I regret doing is not putting the catalogue number there, because I'm always really thinking about stuff like that, but, you know. So yeah, that is basically I am giving you the storyline. There is loads of videos on YouTube with the full information about this movie itself. I just wanted to speak about the releases and the editions and what I did to my edition. If you're thinking of getting the double disc edition that's out there in German, I wouldn't recommend it personally. Of course, if you know, if you're in the UK, that is, you know, I don't want to be, you know, I'm not racist in any way, shape, or form. So, you know, please don't take that the wrong way. But yeah, I'm just so gutted though that there isn't like a Blu-ray edition where it's not only double but given both versions. And I learned something new when doing it. I'm always learning something new every single day. And being somebody who does editing, and I've done editing now for so many years on both audio and video, I found myself learning new little ticks, little tricks, little things I could do. And also as well, I learned that there was more than what I thought of how many versions was out there than just these 2. There's actually 4 versions out there. So, you know, but highly recommended. If you can get hold of this version of the video, get hold of it, get yourself a digital transfer done, or just have it purely for your collection. This I found many years ago, and it was just out of sheer luck. And because what it was, I had this and I had this, and somebody said that this is a different version. I didn't believe them. Ended up getting it, and yeah, they were right. So if you get this version, I highly recommend it just for your collection. So there we go, and yeah, this has not been a long video. It's only been 30 odd minutes now, 34 minutes. So so yes, hope you enjoyed it, and I may do another video right after here and upload it today as well. Who knows? So, in fact, I do have another video to do on, because I've had a few new buys as well, a few new things. So, I might do that. If not, I'll probably see you next week. Because I am going to be doing 1 video per week, because I've had loads of requests to do as well. Thank you for everybody as well who's emailed me too, giving me the ideas. The recap on my CDs and my DVDs I will be doing. The request on showing my replica guitars and microphones I'll be doing. And there's loads of other requests that I've had as well. which I will get through. And if you've emailed me and I have not emailed you back, please forgive me. I get so many through, and I try to get through as many as possible. So, and if you do have any questions, you can email me at cjhorton@elvisfan.com. Now, I've given my email address out before, and obviously I've had loads and loads through. So if anybody of you haven't seen my other video where I give that info out, there's my email address again. I will try my hardest to get back to you and respond. But if I don't do it straight away, I will eventually get round to doing it. So take care of yourselves, everybody. And oh, there is one more thing I want to do before I leave. No, I'll do that in my next video. I'm going to do a particular video on something anyway. So look after yourselves. God bless. And take care. See you soon.